After getting the W down in New Orleans against the Saints, the Packers are headed back to Green Bay to play the 0-3 Atlanta Falcons on Monday Night Football.
Tell all the people across the USA.
What's up, Packer Nation and YouTube Nation? It's week 4 of the NFL regular season, and I'm here to update you about it. A lot of things have happened in the past week and today in the NFL, and I'll cover all that right after I tell you my predictions and the scores in the NFL for week 4. Okay, I have the Broncos over the Jets. I had the Jags over the Bengals, Browns over the Cowboys, the Saints over the Lions, the Seahawks over the Dolphins, the Chargers over the Bucks, the Ravens over the Washington football team, the Cardinals over the Cardinals over the Panthers, the Vikings over the Texans, the Rams over the Giants, the Colts over the Bears, the Bills over the Raiders, the 49ers over the Eagles, the Chiefs over the Patriots, and the Green Bay Packers over the 0-3 Atlanta Falcons. Okay, so let's go over scores now. Okay, so the first game was the Denver Broncos beating the New York Jets 37-28. That took place on Thursday Night Football. I'm just saying I'm glad the Broncos got the win. I don't really care for any of those teams because I don't think neither one of those teams is going to get into the playoffs. So the next game is the Cleveland Browns and Cowboys. The Browns beat the Cowboys 49-38. That makes the Browns 3-1 and the Cowboys 1-3. The Browns are actually off to the greatest start since 2001. So, way to go, Cleveland. I'm not showing so much expression because my team gets off to a awesome start every single year, so that really doesn't mean anything for me. The next game is the Jags over the Bengals. The Jaguars lost to the Bengals 25-33. That makes the Jaguars 1-3 and the Bengals 1-2-1. Burrow got his first win today against a sort of bottom team, the Jags. Okay, the Saints beat the Lions 35-29. That makes the Saints 2-2 and the Lions 1-3. The Saints finally won a game. All right, the next one is the Seahawks and Dolphins. The Seahawks beat the Dolphins 31-23. That makes the Seahawks 4-0 and the Dolphins 1-3. The next one is the Los Angeles Chargers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. and the Buccaneers beat the Chargers 38-31. I'll go over that game in a second. The Ravens beat the Washington football team 31-17. That makes the Ravens 3-1 and Washington football team 1-3. And the next game is the Arizona Cardinals and the North Carolina Panthers. The Panthers took that one 31-21. And finally, the Vikings got a win. The Vikings beat the Texans 31-23. That makes the Vikings 1-3 and the Texans 0-4. For Sunday night football, the Eagles head to San Francisco. The Eagles are currently 0-2-1, and the 49ers are 2-1. And tomorrow's games are Patriots Chiefs and Falcons Packers. I'll go over what happened there in a second. For the Chargers and Buccaneers game, the Chargers were up to a 24-7 lead at the end of the first half, I think they said. And then and turnover happened, and that's when the Buccaneers started actually playing football. So the Packers play the Buccaneers in week 6. The Packers are play tomorrow night and then have a bye, then head to Tampa Bay. So that's why I'm sort of talking about this game. I'll go over more of that next week, I think. But anyways, so the updates in the NFL. First, COVID has finally impacted the NFL. All the teams that are affected are AFC teams, not NFC teams. But the Titans and Steelers both had a bye this week. They were not supposed to, but the 9 players on the Titans tested positive for COVID, and I don't think anybody tested positive on the Steelers. They are going to rematch. They're going to reschedule that game for later in the year, and the Cam Newton on the Patriots tested positive for COVID. They said that if nobody else tested positive on neither the Chiefs or Patriots, they'll play that game tomorrow. And that's what's going to happen. That game is going to happen at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So then the Falcons Packers game has been pushed back to 6:50 Mountain Standard Time. So there's 2 games going on tomorrow night. And a little scared happened this week. Somebody on the Saints, I don't remember who, but he, I think initially he tested positive for COVID, but then they tested him a bunch of other times, and I think it came back negative. So, um, so thank goodness that it tested negative, because the Saints just played the Packers, of course, and I'm just glad that that there isn't COVID around the Packers quite yet. Well, there probably is, but they're they're following the NFL rules, and I'm not saying other teams aren't, but um, but I sort of have some. I sort of think that some of the players aren't following um, the rules, because the rules this year are for away games. Um, Players, the visiting team players, need to stay at the hotel and cannot like go explore the city they are in. So like they just have to stay as a team. So so they don't bring COVID back to the hotel, then go to the game the next day or whenever the game is, with COVID. So for tomorrow's Falcons Packers game, the Packers are 3-0 and the Falcons are 0-3. The Packers are the highest scoring offense in the league, and the um, Falcons are the most points allowed defense in the league. So so if the Packers, I just know they can get the win. And they need this win because the Seahawks went 4-0. I know it's just the start of this season, but I know some of you will disagree with this, but I think the most dangerous team in the NFL right now is the Packers. I'm not saying that because I'm a Packers fan, but I think I'm sorry, not in the NFL. In the NFC is the Packers. Then in the AFC it's the Chiefs. Out of those two, I can't decide which one's or more dangerous. But I know that the Packers are more dangerous than the Seahawks right now, even though that for like 24 to 48 hours the Packers are 3-0 and the Seahawks are 4-0. But I have to say that the Packers are more dangerous than the Seahawks right now. And for the Chiefs, I was sort of deciding the Chiefs over the Ravens. And since they've already matched up with each other this year and the Chiefs won, that's sort of what made me decide to go Chiefs. So I'm sorry, back to the game. If I have no doubts that they can win. There will be no fans in Lambeau Field tomorrow. The Packers announced that there will be no fans in the stands for the first two home games. So that was Detroit and Atlanta tomorrow. Our next home game is in 3 weeks against the Minnesota Vikings. So they'll be making a decision about that soon. Or not soon, but in the near future. But that will I think that will be fine. The Packers did totally good on the Lions without any fans in the stands. I know Green Bay has good fans. They we support our team really good. I totally think that the Falcons, they have no offense, or they have no defense, and the Packers have an offense. For the injuries, I checked on ESPN, their website on the Packers page, and it said every Packers injury is questionable. Questionable meaning like they don't know. So the only one that I really think we need back is Davante Adams. The rest of them, I would like all of them back, but I think the one we need back now is Davante Adams. Maybe not for this game, but the Week 6 matchup in Tampa. But yeah, I have no doubts. I keep saying this, but I have no doubts that we'll win tomorrow. We have a good offense. After we got the W in New Orleans, the Packers the next day said that the defense is going to step up big time. So I am expecting to see the D train roll over the Falcons. So yeah. So that game's at 6:50 p.m. I will be watching it, and the Packers are about 48 hours. I'm not doing that correctly, but I'm just estimating 48 hours away from going 4-0 and heading into their bye. Tune in tomorrow on ESPN to see the Packers steamrolling over the Falcons. But I hope this updated your week 4, and like always, go Pack Go, and peace out.